2, 1, showtime.
Good afternoon and greetings to you all out there on the Primal 4K app, Fit FM 96.7, Facebook, YouTube. I want to welcome you all to Primal Sports Center. I'm your host, Dale.
And I'm Kane, the Schwab Watson. Back again, you know the time and place where we break it down for you. Sports, what happened in the last week, or sports happening today, or in the upcoming future. We have a jam-packed show today, Dale. What's on the slate?
Yes, you know, as usual, we always try to be better and better each week.
Yeah, definitely.
Now we have a short film, you know, that's produced by Primal Sports in association with the Table Tennis Sharks Club right here in Jamaica. You know, so it will be featuring former Olympian Garfield Jones, table tennis Olympian Garfield Jones, you know, teaching the kids about the journey, you know, and also we had a little interview with him sharing what he's doing now and what he did in the past. So it should be a great world premiere by the Primal Sports and the Table Tennis Sharks.
Yeah, definitely, because one thing when table tennis and we play table tennis, although there's only one current player right now in studio. and that's a controversial boss, because we know you're the national coach. I think I'm now the national mentor. And Peter loves his table tennis nonetheless, same way, but
I know you said national coach, but you know, when I'm on this program, I wear different hats.
A technical director?
No, I'm a sports commentator.
Oh, a sports
analyst.
Analyst, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't wear the hat as a coach when I'm on this program, you know, because, you know, and I might say certain things that, you know. So I wear that. So I want the people to understand.
That conflict your national coach role.
Exactly. Not to take it personal, you know, but, you know, we have to switch up, you know.
So you're schizophrenic then. You have a man of many personalities. Well, the hat I wear on the show is I'm Kane Watson, no matter how you get it. I'm the Schwab, so anyway you take it, I mean, I try to keep it real. Although my friends say on the show I'm political. No, I'm somewhat diplomatic. But when I'm outside the show, I tend to make blasphemous statements and, you know, say all of this and all of that. But hey, I mean, we have to keep it.
You have to keep it as real as
possible, and try to not put bias in it. But and give her our views, because we watch sports, not only talk it, we watch it and we follow it. And a lot of things happened this week. And for one, the NBA Finals kicked off this week with the Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. Game 1 was in the bag, and Denver is up 1-0. Going much
expected.
As expected. I would say on the Miami side, a couple of players that performed well in the Eastern Conference Finals didn't show up in game 1, but we expect them to show up in game 2. But to break down these finals, you have to start with the man.
The best player right now in the world, right?
Yeah. You know, everybody knows who that is.
Novak. Novak. Novak is the best tennis player.
Oh, you ready to talk about French Open?
It's Serbia.
Serbia?
You know, it's a Serbia link.
So this is Serbia within the French Open and the NBA, that's what you're saying?
That's my take that I had for later on.
Oh, but, well, we save that for later on. So we'll stick to basketball and the Serbian, Nikola Jokic, playing at a high level. And I was, you know, we talk, not only on the show, we talk sports, I mean, every day we do this. But Nikola Jokic is playing on the level of probably all the all-time great centers. Even in recent times, one that I have been privileged to see in my own 2 eyes. I know we hear about Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but I've seen Hakeem, I've seen Shaq, I've seen Tim Duncan. Sorry, my bad. Big man.
Let's use the term big man.
Yeah, big man. He's playing on that elite level.
Yeah.
And I would say prime for prime, he can match up with all of them to the level he's playing. But the difference with them and him is that they have rings.
Yes, and he doesn't.
He doesn't, but he's going for his ring, and I don't see anybody stopping him.
There's another difference too, you know?
Plus, they had success early in their career. They dominated the league from the start. Shaq went to finals early in his career. Tim Duncan first season. Hakeem early in his career, although he won later in his career, but he went to finals. So they dominated the league from start to basically the finish of the prime. So they had more longevity. But the level that Nikola Jokic is playing, if he continues to do this and continue with this output, I mean, we can call him up there with the all-time greats. Because I see some people touting him now as top 20 all-time already. and he hasn't even won the chip. But the level he's playing at, trust me, is definitely top 20. But you can't just get that status right away without producing one, winning the ring, two, doing it again and again. Yeah. We noticed with all these greats, Kareem,
multiple championships,
Shaq, Hakeem, Tim, all of them. And I mean, to even break into the top 10, you can't just have one ring.
You have to have two.
And you come back to what you were saying last week with the winning mentality. And I see that in him. And in this Denver team, they're locked in. It's not like Boston where, you know, they have a lead and they let up. Because we see where Miami pushed, they made a run in the last, and hey, Denver slow it down, go to their play, and just start scoring again. You can't stop them from scoring. You have to outscore them. And how do you outscore Denver when their leading scorer only took one shot in the first half?
And the way him dominate the game is so different than the usual big man. You know, you know. The only knock I have on him for now, and I hope that him can improve on that. And I love is just the defensive end, but everything else is supreme.
On the defensive end, he's not a poor defender. You know?
No, he's not poor.
He's just not that athletic as the bigger defenders like in the past we have seen. Dwight Howard, Joel Embiid. No, he's not much of a rim protector, but everything else on the court he does, and even so. He doesn't even give up points in the paint just like that.
No, not really. Not really.
But, I mean, for his skill set,
all those big men that you mentioned, they all had one thing in common, and I thought that on the defensive end,
defensive end,
very great. You know,
average a lot of blocks.
I watched Embiid this season, and I was so surprised how impactful he was
at the rim
defensively.
Cannot score.
You know, but and I'm not saying he's going to reach that level. But
I don't think he can.
So from time to time, I see him kind of slack off from time to time on that side. But I think once him sharpen up that area, I think then you can put him in the top, in the all-time top. You know.
Yeah.
But definitely the way he impact the game outside of that is just it's incredible.
Yeah.
And he said never take one or two shots in the first half.
Yeah.
Took about 12 shots overall in the game.
Yep.
And scored 27 points. You know,
by halftime, he had 10 points and 10 assists.
Exactly. And rebounds and triple-double.
So on that defensive end, though, I don't think he can become that defensive juggernaut like Hakeem. Hakeem was a supreme defensive player. Yeah. Shaq got some blocks in his career. You come to the rim, Shaq will block it. Shaq was good on his feet. Tim Duncan as well, a great defensive player. But I don't think Jokic will become that great defensive player. And even so, he's not that great of an offensive player either. So what he does on the court, that makes him so special.
I think it comes down to, well, for me, I know him have that mentality already. It comes down to vision and IQ.
Yeah.
And also skill level. Obviously, these guys from Europe,
comes back
they
to
work
the
hard
point.
because I can throw out a center that played way back in the
Sabonis?
days. Exactly.
I know, from instead of European.
Yeah.
My friends them say I'm pro-European.
Sabonis probably was a little bit more athletic than him in his prime before the injuries. They played identically in terms of the passing and the vision and the movement. Some people actually think Sabonis is that more flashier passer, better passer, but nevertheless, they're both great. They're both great. But
he doesn't dominate on the defensive end. He doesn't necessarily dominate on the defensive end. But what makes him stand out and so great, as you said, is his IQ. And it comes down to mentality, as you're saying.
Yeah, of course. I think the three things together, IQ, mentality and skill, they can be. That's a tough thing to be.
Yeah.
Some people have the skill and don't have the IQ. Some have, you know, some have
just athleticism.
I'm missing the mentality.
And just athleticism.
Yeah.
Because if you go back to Dwight Howard, to me, Dwight Howard.
Comparing himself with this.
Dwight Howard is one of the most overrated
big man
of all time. And then, you know, I
was upset when him started to wear the Shaq cape. You know?
Okay.
That upset me doing it.
Shaq was the original Superman.
Everybody know who Shaq is the original Superman. And for you to come and wear the cape and first of all, you're a choker. And he's not a hard worker neither.
No.
Not a hard worker.
We know this because, you know, when he went to the Lakers, I was
running out of town.
I tell you. But back to the Joker and sticking on the Joker, and we'll delve more into the other players on Denver.
Yeah, and also I want to talk about how Miami can win this.
How Miami can win?
Yeah, what do you think? You don't think Miami have a chance to win game 2?
I better them drive go.
I hear somebody say they don't have any weapons. I know Peter has about weapons.
No chance.
I think
commentary.
All right.
The only way Miami stand a chance if I'm go link Valiant and drive go St. Mary. That is the only way.
Oh, I'm go for the oil.
Whatever you want to call it. Well, Valiant, if you tell me, because I said drive go to St. Mary. But Peter will break that down for me later on. Yeah, but
I think the
too much
only
matchup,
chance,
too much mismatches.
Yes, the size.
And then even so, Miami is touted as being one of the better defensive teams. How do they stop them from scoring? Everybody on the court can score. Because even so, you look at their last option on the team is probably Aaron Gordon to score. Yeah. And they ran plays for Aaron Gordon early in the game because of his size and his mismatch. And Aaron Gordon was once on Orlando Magic team where he was the first or second option scoring.
First option for scoring.
So back to the Denver team where they play team basketball and everybody sacrifices for each other and know their role. Yeah. So we have the likes of Jeff Green, a veteran coming off the bench that we know he can jack up shots and score, but he comes in.
And the energetic Bruce Brown.
6'4" as the wingspan of a 6'9" guard and energetic speed.
Yeah.
And I see back to the players in the game, I see where Miami trying to get a mismatch where they switch on the pick and roll for Jimmy Butler. And I see Jamal Murray defending Jimmy Butler at one point, Bruce Bowen at one point, KCP at one point, and Jimmy Butler couldn't score. Yeah. And these are the smaller guys. And they're athletic and quick. And we know that Aaron Gordon is their prime defender who had the privilege of guarding KD, LeBron. I'm trying to remember who in the first round, who Denver playing. Karl-Anthony Towns. And we see where that's three different sizes. KD, Towns, and LeBron. Three big bodies, and Aaron Gordon could stay in front of them. And Aaron Gordon can probably guard 1 through 5. Especially Miami's 5 because 5 is Bama the boy at 6'9", and they're basically the same size. Yeah. And I mean,
there's problems all over.
Yeah, and Jimmy Butler now, I think that he has to be more aggressive, go to the free throw line, but their bodies can put him.
That's what I'm gonna say now. I think
they only shot 2 free throws.
Yeah, I think Miami have to attack Nikola. I think they need to attack him more.
Who's going to attack him?
I think Bam need to attack. First of all, you have to get him in foul trouble. You need to get him off the court. So the best way, you have to go at him. Even though the jump shot might be open at the top of the key, I think you have to go more at Nikola. Try to get him out of the game. I think that's one of...
Get him in foul trouble.
Of course. Because you know sometimes him tend to foul loosely. But what Nikola did to Bam is beat him into the stick in the mid-range.
Mid-range and Bam scored. He allowed Bam to score 26 points
but
and 13
when you're scoring and putting somebody in foul trouble, like what Shaq used to do. There's a big difference. You score 27 points, but you're getting anybody in foul trouble? No. You have to get this man out of the game.
And then now, that will revert to now Nikola's IQ. Nikola probably just won't get in foul trouble. He'll just be like, okay, I'll lay off him.
But that's what he's been doing.
Lay off him, like, all right.
I said, put your chest in his chest and go to the and try.
He flop and get the offensive foul.
Well, for me, I think that's the only chance Miami have. They need to attack the paint. Both Jimmy and Bam, they need to attack the paint more. And don't settle for the open jump shot, the mid-range, go to the paint.
But even so, it's not only about Nikola Jokic on the team. Jamal Murray playing at a high level.
We know that Jamal is an all-star.
Michael Porter Jr., KCP, Bruce Brown, Jeff Green off the bench. They're playing team basketball. And then now, head coach matchup. We noticed with these two coaches, been with the team for a good while. Well, Spo's been with Miami for forever. And then 8 years now with Mike Malone. And Mike Malone, to me, is one of the most underrated coaches in the league. Because he's doing a pretty good job. But we see where now they reach a level now where they've gone over the hump. First NBA Finals experience. And I just don't see Denver losing. It's not a matter of I've seen Miami, how Miami can win. Even if Miami find a formula that does work, how are you going to make Denver lose? Denver just going to outscore you. And you have to play defense. And it's a matchup nightmare. These guys are bigger than them, faster than them, better shooters. Max Strus had a poor game.
So what are you saying, sweep?
I said 4-1 from the beginning of the series. I think Jimmy Butler will find a reason to win a game, but find a way. But it could be a sweep, 4-1, 4-0.
All right. We'll get back to that a little bit later on down in the show. But now it's time for our world premiere of our short film produced by Primal Sports, featuring the great Olympian table tennis player Garfield Jones.
Hope it's up and running. It will be up and running.
Garfield, welcome to Sharks Table Tennis Club.
First time, you know?
Yeah. Good to have you, man. No, Garfield, may I thank you for coming because as you're the first Jamaican ever playing in the Olympic Games. And we bring you here for meet with some of the most promising juniors in Jamaica right now. And why you share your experience. So, what have you been doing since table tennis?
Oh boy, working,
Yeah.
exercising, just keep, trying to keep fit and stuff like that, but no table tennis. And it's sad because I still have a whole lot in me that I could share.
Yeah, that's why I appreciate that, because as you came here a couple of days ago, you said to me that you want to talk to some of these kids because they really have no hero to look forward to, because none of us made it as far as you did. You got to the Olympics. How was that?
Oh boy, even like today, sometimes I sit back and think, I'm so wow, because it's something that every athlete would want to do, walk down in the Olympic Games, because I think that's the highest you could go in amateur sport.
Yeah, that's right. That's 1988 Seoul, Korea. Yeah.
And I was the first one to actually play in the singles over there. Stephen qualified with me, but Stephen didn't go.
Stephen Hilton from a Caribbean champion.
Stephen didn't go. So I was
along with Stephen Hilton and Michael Hart, only 3 Jamaicans ever made it to the Olympic level,
Yeah, but did Michael qualify in the singles?
I'm not sure, but I think he did play at some point in the Atlanta Olympics.
Yeah, I think he played in that Olympics, but during the qualifying, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I know for sure, me and Steve was the first two to qualify to play in 1988. After that, I don't know if he was qualified. I don't know what happened, but he played.
So Garfield, what you hope to achieve today with the kids?
What I hope to achieve today is that, like, coming back and saying where table tennis is at today, if I could instill some of the things that I used to do and what I know into some of these kids to, like, change the mindset and the way they think, I would love to do that and see what could become of them later on.
Yeah, man.
Because they have all the tools. They have all the tools, but you could have all the tools. I don't know how to use the tools that you have. So if I can, like, open up, some of them kids' eyes towards what they have and the things that they could do to become better player. Not only that, you become a better player, you become a better person.
Absolutely, I agree. I want that to TT, so on behalf of the people, I have to say to you, Garfield, much credit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because like table tennis, sports in general is like life lessons,
Yeah, man.
Work hard, you see something you like, you look onto it, you stick with it. And see where it take you, and trust me, it's not going to take you in a bad place.
All right. Thanks, Garfield. We'll see you in the court. All right, everybody, welcome to a special training with Garfield Jones. We call this a masterclass because this man here is the only Jamaican, one of 3 Jamaicans who ever went to the Olympic Games. So he's gonna teach you guys things that is a great opportunity. Each one of you guys' ambition should be to reach the top of the game, right? So I'm talking specifically you Logan and you Lamb. Right? And this man is the only man. We can tell you how to get there, but it's the only man who has got there. Right? So I want to pay attention to Garfield Jones, played in the 1988 Olympics. Right? So Garfield, move on.
Warm up. This location, anchor location, new location, the twist, a lot of twisting, and weight transfer. We used to do a lot of skipping, I do a lot of skipping, back and forth, in and out, and steps. Like, one of the steps is like, you approach, and it's up, and the reason for this is to keep transferring the weight. So any position you find yourself in, you're supposed to be able to transfer the weight, and that's what generally power, keep transferring consistently. So, in table tennis, you don't have any given way of doing anything because the bars go so many different ways. But once you have control over transferring the weight on the body, you have control over what you do. So for example, like skill training, you see, when I was outside yesterday, I was telling you about the skipping with the legs, it's like the thing. and out, across. But always transfer the weight. And weight there, push back out. The back against square. In, out, in and practice. Until it becomes second nature. This is where I transfer the weight from. I transfer the weight from the contact. I transfer it from here to here. And from here to here. Constant transfer the weight. And when you you have any questions you want to ask? Is there a chance to ask a question?
How hard was it to reach out?
how hard? I'm not going to say like very hard, but once you like what you're doing, it's not like you're not working. So basically, I take the time out. I take the time out to find time to do the thing that I think I need to get better. Like as I said earlier, be a good student at the game. And once you're a good student at the game, you know what it takes. Like you go to school every day, you know that you have an exam and you have to study. The same thing. You know that you love this game, these are the things that I need to do to get better because you have all the tools. So it's hard work. But as I said, once you like what you do, you never work a day in your life.
All right, Lam, any questions?
How did you qualify? What tournament did you go to and how did you get them?
For the Olympics, well, this is what happens. Back then they have usually play so much tournaments in Jamaica, like maybe 15, so a lot of tournaments. And seeing that I was within the top two. So they sent us to play in the qualifying tournament for the region. The region is like in Central America, South America. So it was two players from each country. So you have Chile, Brazil, Peru, Mexico, Trinidad and Tobago, who else was there? Argentina. So out of all those players, they needed 8 players for the 8 players for the region, for the Central American, South American region, because in 1980 it was the first time table tennis was part of the Olympic circuit. So yeah, so we play, and you have to qualify down to the last 8. And the last 8, that's who goes. So it's a lot of plays.
I'm to train with the Olympic hero Garfield Jones. What you from?
Well, I kind of know that he gives a lot of his pointers and he has very good variation in his teachings. So, yeah.
Alright, good. John, you got a chance to knock up with a man who actually made it to the Olympic Games and you still fit at this age. What did you learn today?
I learned how to, I think I got a better appreciation of my weaknesses in terms of how I need to move and how I need to stay when I work at the table. I think it was very useful because I should be able to use that to help develop my game.
You realize that it's possible to make the Olympics. You think you have a chance to become an Olympic, to play in the Olympics?
Absolutely. I think I can definitely do it. I think with just a few improvements to the game, that some of which I saw here, just with that, in a couple of years' time, I should be able to go.
Okay, thanks. Garfield Jones, you're not up with 2 at Jamaica's now, probably juniors, right? Other than the faults and so on, what do you think? You think you saw some prospects?
Yes. But like these kids, they have all the tools. They have all the tools. And I go back and say like, organization and keep these guys playing.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit. Because the tools that they have, they may not know how to use the tool right just about now.
Yeah.
But with these little pointers and stuff and get the head right. So the sky's the limit to these guys.
Alright. Thanks for joining us at Sharks Table Tennis Club. Garfield really appreciate it. The kids really appreciate it. The fans appreciate it. Alright?